Alright, hey everybody, this here is an SMC Emperor ceiling fan, model T-52. Now, this ceiling fan, I got this one, yesterday, was it, I think? Yeah, it was yesterday. I got it for free. Um, got it off the side of the road. It was a Facebook Marketplace listing. And it's in kind of rough cosmetic condition. Um, I'll get into that in a minute. I think this was used. Oh, I just hit the camera accidentally a little bit there. Sorry about that. But I think this was used on somebody's porch. I think it definitely has the symptoms of being used outside in like an enclosed space for a number of years. The pull chains are all rusty. The screws are rusty. Finish is kind of rusty. The blades are peeling a little bit. Yeah, overall in not so great condition, but mechanically it still works and still functions and everything. Um, the globe that you see is not original. That's a replacement that I had, just a spare schoolhouse. It didn't come with a globe when I got it. The pull chain extensions aren't original either. Um, Now, the Emperor is actually a design that was made by SMC and copied by a number of companies. I actually have two examples. I have an Evergo copy, which was called the Roma, and I have a Supreme copy, which was called the Mark III, I believe. I think that's what it was. Um, but Moss copied these. They called their copy the Marco Polo. Um, Saf copied them. Who else? There are countless companies just copied this design and just put an entirely different spin onto their designs. Hampton Bay and Harbor Breeze, they copied them later in the 90s with the Genoa and the Marco Island. But the Emperor is SMC's original design that they originally designed back in like I think the mid to late 70s. This one is a slightly later model. It's a transitional model. Um, it's like basically a second generation version of the earliest ones, I'd say. It retains the original motor, which is the cast iron UFO shaped motor, and the nose design with the nose cap that has the large ribs. Looks almost like an older Evergo cap for those ornate GE vent ones. I think I have, yeah, the same one that's on that ornate GE vent that I have. Looks very similar to that one. Um, and the blade arms and blades are actually older as well, the old style. Um, Sort of more ornate blade arms and the tightweave cane with the arch end tips. And then the sort of squared off beginning portion where it connects to the blade arm, characteristic of the older blades. Um, However, the canopy is slightly newer, as you can see. It's the newer design with the ball socket. It's not that two-piece bell canopy that looked almost like a knockoff original canopy. So, yeah, I guess I'll show it to you with the light kit on before I start the fan up. The pull chain is kind of messed up. There we go. It's a very old Leviton pull chain in the light kit. It doesn't work too well. I tried shooting some WD-40 in it and it didn't do much. But yeah, that's what the light kit looks like. Okay, and now we'll start the fan up on high. It's a little noisy. Both motor hum and bearing noise. These older SMCs are not, they're known for not having the best bearings. And it does have a little bit of wobble. I tried balancing it, but I think that the blades are just different weights because of all the peeling that happened to the finish. But despite it having, you know, these issues, it still performs very well. It's a very good air mover. And the motor in this thing is actually quite large. It takes up almost the entire motor housing. I had it apart to clean it and to oil. I did oil the bearings, so I think that improved it a little bit. When I got it, it was very crispy. I could tell it hadn't been turned in a while. So that's high speed. Turn it down to medium. There's not much of a difference between high and medium, and I think that was a characteristic of SMCs. Yeah, it's like a very slight difference. You can tell that the wobbling is slightly better. Okay. And finally low. It's definitely not the slowest low, I don't think. That's not even completely down the speed yet. That's probably as slow as it's gonna go. It's still not the best restaurant low, but it is moving a slight bit of air, which is still pretty good. It's also not silent at all on low. This one's got a pretty noisy motor, which is again a characteristic of the older SMC motors. Oh, and I forgot. Turn it back to high and let it get up to speed. And spin down. This will be a good test for the bearings. Actually seems like it's taking its time to spin down, which is a good sign. Okay, a little stiff. I expected that though. But not bad. Still pretty long spin down. Okay, now I'm going to reverse and low. That cyclic buzz is really pronounced in reverse. It's taking its sweet time to get up to speed. Okay, that's probably as fast as it's gonna get. All right. I think that's medium. I hope that's medium. It's a very fast medium. So basically, with this fan, you've got low, high, and higher. Just love the way the pull chain is shaken. The bottom portion of the fan pull chain. Okay. Enough of that. So let's see. First, you can see in how horrid the finish condition is. You can see the peeling there, like the veneer is peeling off. The cane is actually in good condition. The cane inserts, they're in really nice condition. Just a little dirty. I cleaned them up as best I could, but just a few spots on them. But they're still in okay condition. It's just the actual like finish part is peeling really badly. You can see there too. Got to flip it back to forward. The finish you can see is pretty tired. It's all rust spots showing through, especially on this side of the sideband here. The screws for the blades are all rusty. Here's your nose cap, and the light kit is all tarnished as well. And then your canopy, which like I said is the later ball socket style canopy. And on top is the label, which says SMC model T-52 made in Hong Kong. Let's see if I can't get that any brighter for you. Shell Electric Manufacturing Company Limited. I don't see a date code on this thing, but it's definitely clearly a mid to late 80s model with that later style canopy, but the earlier blades and motor design. So, yeah, there's not much else to say about this one. It's a very nice fan. I've wanted an SMC Emperor for a while now. I'd still like to find the earlier version, like the earliest versions that had the bell canopy. I'd love to find one of those. But for now, this one's a nice one. I would like to find one in better condition as well. Oh, another thing. It came with this medallion, this ceiling medallion, which is really cool. It's like a cane ceiling medallion. I don't know if this was like included with the fan. I don't think it was. But I think I've seen something similar to or very much like this before. But that'll be definitely something that'll be nice to have. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm pretty sure that was used with this one in the lot of 3 that I got. Because this one came with 2 other huggers that I got. And that definitely looks like it was used with a downrod fan, not a hugger fan. So, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and more to come.